how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best of literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there. See, y'all thought I was going to skip a week again. I know you did, but I'm not doing that. I'm here for you because I love y'all and y'all are my people. So I'm back with a new episode of Meet the World Image Solutions. Now, I promised y'all we were going to have a celebrity this week, and we actually do. We have a world-renowned gospel recording artist here. And not only that, but we have a best-selling author who's doing, I don't even know what to call this woman now, because she has some books that are for the grown folks, but she also has a line of books for the children. So that's who we're going to talk to first. We're going to talk to the one for the babies. We're going to make it all about the babies today. So Miss J. Asmara, are you there? Okay, I see you. Uh-oh. There we go. So, Miss J. Asmara, you are back on the scene, and you decided to do something for the children. Isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Because, see, the last time you were on the show, and yes, Miss J. Asmara is a friend to the show, but the last time she was on the show, we weren't talking about children's books.
No, not at all. We had a little spice going on the last time.
And I think that's all you got in that situation you got in.
Well.
Okay. I mean, you want to tell everybody your wonderful news, your blessed news?
So, I'm here with baby boy.
Yay!
36 weeks and counting.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. I'm at the end of it.
Oh my goodness. So you are actually, there's a chance you could go into labor on our show. Do you know how that would affect the ratings?
I hope you feel sorry for me and buy some books.
Yeah, buy the children's book for the lady who's having the child.
But we gonna not say that.
Yeah, we are not saying that because we're not going there. We're gonna let this baby come out when he's ready to come out, which is next month, right?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. God is good. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. My fourth and final.
Okay.
It's right.
See, I just have one, and I just sent my child off to college, so I'm like all empty nesting and stuff.
Well, I would have been doing that, but things happen.
It happens. It's all good. So tell us about this children's book that you have now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. It's called Makayla and Friends. I actually have it right here.
Oh.
It's about a little girl. Her name is Makayla, of course, and her friends are her stuffed animals.
Okay.
She has a very, very, very vivid imagination. And so she finds this key to this imaginative city, and her friends go and visit the city. My purpose behind writing the book, because I see a lot of kids who are behind these cell phones, these iPads, and they're no longer using their imaginations. And so my son, I have a 9-year-old, and when I say his imagination is out of this world, it's crazy. Like some of the things he thinks about, I'm like, okay, but I feed into it because I love the innocence of that. So that was my motivation behind writing the book. I wanted to protect the children's innocence because there's so much going on in the world.
There absolutely is, and it's amazing. I mean, right here in New Orleans, I talked about this a little bit last week. We have teenagers who have been involved in shootouts.
Yes.
We have teenagers who are carjacking, and there really is no innocence anymore. I mean, you see young kids who are like less than the age of 10 who have adult-looking faces because they don't know how to have a child conversation anymore. So if you're doing something that's going to help to protect our children's innocence, I think it's beautiful.
Yes, and I know I probably surprised a lot of people because I do have other books out, but even when I started writing, I said I never wanted to put myself in a box. I wanted to be able to write whatever story came to mind. I wanted to be a writer. I didn't want to be just stuck in a genre.
Yes.
And so this was my breakout, and so far so good. I've been getting great responses from everyone who's read the book. So I'm just really excited about it. And like I said, my purpose was to have something for the children.
And this is a new release. When did this book come out?
August the 1st.
August 1st, okay.
Yes.
So this is like a brand new release.
Brand new, yes.
Yeah, we're celebrating.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What have you been doing to promote the book so far? I mean, it's been, about 3 weeks now, right?
Yes. Well, being 8 months pregnant, I'm kind of limited. So I've been doing a lot of online promoting as well as word of mouth. I have a lot of great ideas, and I love to go out and reach the public. But like I said, it's a little difficult now when you're waddling. So I'm doing what I can online, but I do have a book signing set up for November. So as soon as I'm ready to get out there, I'm out there. But as of right now, it's just pretty much word of mouth and online.
Awesome. Well, there's nothing wrong with word of mouth and online, because when you get people who have actually gotten behind your book, they're going to tell other people about it. So online and word of mouth can actually be a great thing. And right now, because of Mr. Man who's ready to come out, that's all you can do. But now, have you looked at maybe doing something like a virtual book release?
I actually thought about getting with bloggers and trying to do a blog tour.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought about that, but I didn't think about the virtual book release.
Yeah, I did a virtual book release when I was out of the country, and because I wasn't able to go on a book signing, I was out of the country. I was in Belgium. So what I did was a virtual book release where I invited people to the event. We played games. They were able to win prizes. I did kind of little quizzes based on my prior books, and it was fun. We did that for about maybe a week or two. So that might be something you might want to think about, just to get it out there.
Okay, don't worry. It's going in the toolbox.
Yes. All right, now I do have a comment from Miss Deborah Rose. She said, children need to know that there's more to life than just technology. Being a kid is pertinent to their growth. And she says, congratulations.
Thank you.
Deborah Rose was on the show last week. She's an awesome woman.
Okay, yes, and I totally agree, because like I said, even with my son, I'm on him. I'm like, okay, go outside. Go play.
And I think children need to know how to be kids, because I know we all wish that we could be adults, because we thought that adults could do everything. Adults could go out when they wanted. They didn't have to call home. They didn't have to go to bed at a certain time. And then now that we are adults, man, don't we wish we can go to bed at 8 o'clock like we used to?
Right. Dude, not only that, no responsibilities,
Yes.
no bills. All I got to
Yes.
worry about is getting up and. I wish all I had to worry about is cleaning my room. I wish,
You are so
but
right. I mean, we didn't even want to do that when we were kids. I gotta
no,
clean my room.
audit. I used to get in trouble every week. Oh my gosh, I stayed in trouble behind my room.
Mm. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so okay, now Deborah Rose also said she said you are absolutely welcome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, I do want to hear a little bit more about the book, what the book's all about. Talk to me about Makayla and what she's all about. And then we're going to just kind of move on from there, okay?
Okay,
All
sounds
right.
good.
So we will be right back. What I want you guys to do while we're gone is I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I want you to share. Let everybody know about this conversation. We are supporting, and we haven't even gotten to this part yet, but this is an Army vet that we're talking to right here. Yeah. I'm talking to a fellow soldier. So not only is she an author, she's a children's author, but she's a fellow vet. We've got to get behind this young lady and support her. So while we're going, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will be right back.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh, how the time flies.
And we're back. So thank you all for tuning in. I see the numbers are going up, but just awesome. So yeah, continue to share, continue to tell other people about this show because we are doing nothing but supporting authors. I mean, because I say it all the time. Our best-selling authors do not become best-selling authors without our support. And if we're not supporting them, they cannot get to the next level. So let's continue to support them. Let's continue to tell other people about them. Let's continue to buy their books. Stop trying to borrow your friend's book just because she has the book. Buy your own, okay? I mean, it's okay to go to the library. I want y'all to go to the library, but if you're able, buy the book. Isn't that right, Miss J. Asmara?
I agree.
So we were just talking about your new children's book. Is this your first children's book?
It is. It's my first. It won't be the last because I'm actually working on another part of Makayla's story.
Okay.
But yes, it's my first, so it's pretty exciting.
Awesome. That's beautiful. So Now, what gave you the idea of, I know you mentioned earlier about wanting your children to maintain their innocence, but is that the reason why you decided to write this specific book?
Honestly, just like with a lot of my other books, I really embrace my gift because it's a blessing, because it just came into my head. I was like, I want to do something different. And the idea came into my head and I just went with it. So, honestly, I can't even explain what took me there. Like I said, I really take it as a blessing. A lot of my stories just come to me as little ideas, and I don't even know how the story's going to go. I know, okay, this is the beginning and this is the end, and I just kind of feel everything else in the middle.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
So you now, who is Makayla?
Okay, so Makayla is 8 years old. So, well, first off, let me tell you this book, once again, Makayla, friends right here, it's from pre-K to about 5th grade. Of course, pre-K, the adults would have to read the story to the children, but like I said, but up to 5th grade, because Makayla is 8 years old. She comes from a 2-parent home. That's something else I wanted to incorporate into the story, because there's a lot of broken homes.
Yes.
So I wanted to incorporate that. And even I threw little things in there, subliminal, like the father is working in the study. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear things like that anymore. But I put it in there, and I purposely did that.
So you wanted to give people or give children just a different view. Everything is not the broken home. Everybody's not growing up in poverty or afraid to walk outside. You wanted to show people a different view.
Yes. And so, like I said, Makayla is 8 years old, and the story starts in her home, and she's going away for the weekend to her grandma Lily's house. Her grandma Lily is awesome. She's like the poster grandmother. She feeds into Makayla's imagination. Even in the story, when they go, she's excited to go to her grandma's house because they're having a tea party. So she goes to her grandma's house, and like I said, she finds this. I'm not going to get into everything, but she finds this key that opens up the door to this city. And if I can, I would like to show. First off, I would like to give a shout out to my awesome illustrator, Navi Robbins.
I've got to say, Navi did a beautiful job, because the pictures in your book are beautiful. I mean, just the cover is captivating.
Awesome. And he created all of these by hand. He's
wow.
He's awesome. And I wanted to show, because even the city, I wanted it colorful. So if you notice, all the pages, they're just really colorful. The artwork is awesome. But like I said, she goes to this city, and they need her help pretty much. Like I said, I don't want to give away the story too much, but she finds the people who live in the city are elves, which I thought it was really, really cool. Like, one of my favorite pictures is Noah, and this is Noah the elf.
Oh.
So, like I said, she goes to this city, and they need her help, and it's really exciting, because even before she gets to the city, I show her how creative she is. Like, she goes into the attic with her grandmother, and that's her grandmother's sewing room, and she creates this whole underwater city. Even before, like I said, and this is just a little bit, but yeah, she creates an underwater city in the attic.
How cute.
Yeah,
okay, now this is an underwater city. Now, she's not flooding out the bathroom, is she?
No, it's in the attic, and it's all in her mind. And like I said about the innocence, I love to see little kids who just sit on the floor, and if you listen to them, and you're like, oh my gosh, where did they come up with this amazing story?
Yes.
Somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And so she's just sitting there playing, but in her mind, she sees this, everything is just underwater. She's swimming with the fish.
Well, I love that. I mean, I remember back when my daughter was real young. She was probably maybe about 3 or 4 years old. And it was a Saturday morning. It was early Saturday morning. I didn't even get out of bed, but I happened to just be laying there, and I'm listening to my daughter just playing by herself. She's playing with dolls. I can hear her, like, making the dogs talk to each other, just having a good time. And then when she got tired, because it was so early in the morning, she got back in the bed and went to sleep. You know, I love that about her. She decided to just entertain herself. And I think
Yes.
kids have that capacity to where they can entertain themselves, where they can actually make their own little alternate universes. I mean, when my daughter was young, we actually wrote a book together. My daughter's name is Beautiful. We called the book "Beautiful is Beautiful," and it was about a queen named Beautiful. And
Wow.
yeah, and she decided to make the whole story. All I did was write it. She told me what was supposed to happen, and I enjoyed that about her. But I think that kids have those imaginations, and they do have the capacity to be kids. We just have to let them do it sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. So, like I said, that's Makayla in a nutshell. She is that kid who can sit there and entertain herself.
Awesome, awesome. Now, where can people find this book?
Well, it can be found on Amazon.
Okay.
There's also it's paperback. I have a Kindle version of it. But if you would like signed versions of the signed copies of the book, you can get it on my website, which is authorjsmara.com, and I'll put it in the comments once we're done. But yeah, Amazon is Amazon Prime qualified, so if you want it in 2 days, you can do that. But
Yes.
every book that's ordered on my website, I ship it out within 1 business day.
Okay. Now, if they order it on your website, are they able to get it signed?
Yes, I sign all the books that I ship from my website.
So that's the advantage. I mean, they can order it from Amazon, but if they order it from your website, they're going to get a signed copy.
Yep, and I personalize it to every child. So all they have to do is message me the child's name, and I'll sign it to the child.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you say you're happy with the feedback so far on the book, or with the response on the book.
Yes, I've been getting inbox messages, and it's like, oh, my child loves the book. One young lady told me, I said, so how did she like it? She's like, oh my gosh, she's read it 2 times already, and that was like the day she got it. So that was
beautiful.
awesome. And of course, my son, he was my guinea pig. I had him read it first, to see how kids would react. And one thing I did, well, even with this book, I dedicated it to my son as well as my little cousin. Her name is Giada. They were my muses for the book. And like I said, I sat there and I gave it to him even before I even illustrated it.
Yeah.
And I was, what do you think? Because he's 9. So, I need to know. And once it came in print, he sat there and I just showed it to him. I wasn't intending on him to read it because he already read the story. He sat there and he read the whole story and he gave me his opinions and he was like, oh, I like this and I like that. And it was crazy because the thing that he really liked, he's like, oh, I like the castle.
Well,
And I
now,
like, and I'm like, okay, what about the story? He was like, okay. But that was the first thing that he said. He was like, I like the castle and I like the elf. So I was like, okay, so that's good. He could relate to it.
awesome. Now, you just actually brought up a good point. What is the age range for this book? How old is the average child who would read this book?
So far, they've been ranging from like 8 to I think 11. But like I said, I was gearing this towards pre-K to 5th grade. So
Okay.
5th grade is about 11. And like I said, with pre-K, you'd have to read it to them. However, I think the colorfulness of the story would grab their attention.
Awesome. Well, we only have about 2 minutes left in your interview. Believe it or not, this interview goes by so quickly.
Yes.
So, what is it that you want people to know about this book? What is the biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway is just feed into your children.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to nurture them. And is Makayla and Friends gonna help them, come up with the cure to any, addiction or any kind of medical thing? No, but it's going to feed that imagination.
Yes.
And that, I think, like I said at the beginning, I really think that's important because I watch these videos on Facebook and on YouTube, and it really breaks my heart because I'm like, a lot of these kids shouldn't even be in the situations that they're in, and I just really feel like the takeaway is to read the story to your children so that they can see themselves in Makayla.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, like I said, not only preserve but return the innocence of these children. Because I swear, if I see another video with the little 4 or 5-year-old that's twerking, I'm gonna scream.
You are so right. You are
You know what
so
I'm saying?
right.
It's like, come on. And so that is the biggest thing. I'm like, just really just protect your children, because there's so many things going on in the world. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't play about mine.
Amen.
I don't.
But now you know I gotta ask. This is your
Yes.
first children's book.
hmm
Is the J. Asmara we knew before gone?
Oh no. I actually have 3 open projects that I'm working on right now. Like I told you, this is just an extension. You know what I'm saying? Of me. It's nothing different. I don't want anyone to be like, whatever the case. I'm not going to stop writing my novellas or my novels, but at the same time, I'm a mother.
Yes.
I have children, so why not be able to not only sell the parent a book, hey, get a book for your child as well. You all can have a reading night.
There you go. And they can all be reading J. Asmara at the same time.
Right. Just sit on the couch and everybody read their books.
Well, I just want to thank you for joining us tonight. I am so glad we were able to make this interview happen.
Yes.
I truly enjoyed myself, and I'm going to go find a baby to buy this book for.
Okay. Hey, and they make great gifts.
Yes.
They really do. So.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up in a few months, believe it or not. All right, so that is all we have for tonight. Don't forget to put your website into the comments, because I'm sure that there are going to be some people who want to order this book, and I want them to get that signed copy, so I want them to order it from your website.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love coming on the show, and you're just awesome. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. God bless you, and congratulations. Keep me updated so I can send you a baby shower gift.
Okay, no problem. Hopefully you can see the baby in a few weeks, because I need him to go ahead and remove himself.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a wonderful night, okay?
You too. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Now, you guys stay right there. We're going to take a short break, and when we get back, we are going to be talking to gospel recording artist Miss Gail Fly. She is in the studio right now, so you stay right there. We'll be right back. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're waiting on you. Be right back.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Pro 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night, Thursday.
And we're back. And as promised, we have gospel recording artist Miss Gail Fly. Hey, Gail.
Hey, Rhonda.
You're here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
So you've been pretty busy because you are doing music, and then you decided to write a book.
I decided to write a book, yeah.
Okay, now what gave you the idea of writing a book? Before we even tell people what it's all about, what gave you that idea?
It was birthed in me, this is 2008, this is 6 years ago. I had this title of this book 6 years ago, and I've never written a book. I just, because of what I do in ministry and you know, and I guess just in the church and in music, it was just, I think, a burden on me to pen this on paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, who is your book really geared toward?
Yeah.
I mean, is it geared toward the minister who's already doing their thing? Is it geared toward the person who wants to go into ministry?
Yeah.
That's who it is?
Both.
Okay.
So we're literally like redefining worship in this book, or not necessarily redefining because it is defined, but I think bringing clarity to those of us who consider ourselves, you know, worshipers or praise and worship leaders or, you know, worshipers in general. I think we are attempting to bring some clarity to what worship is inside the church and outside of the four walls.
Awesome, awesome. So, somebody who reads your book, what are they going to get from it?
They're going to get a real direct approach of saying what it is and what it is not. And explaining that this segment or part of service that we do on Sunday is not the full scope of what worship is, which I think when I say we, the church have sort of limited the definition of worship to this 15-minute part of a Sunday service.
Okay. Come on, the 15-minute part. That's the part everybody likes. The part where they can jam.
I love it. Those that know me out there, hey people, like all those online, hello. Like that's my whole life. I love it. I tell everybody I was born and raised in church. That's not a brag or a plug. That's my life, like my reality. Like 6 weeks old up until now, I've been inside of the church, and I'm not saying that's good, that's bad. I'm saying that is, and I think that we have confined worship to a Sunday service part of the service when it is way more explosive than just that. And so the book kind of talks about what it actually is, and actually it actually equates it to obedience.
Okay, so now we've built it up. Tell everybody.
We be trying to just ease it in there. Yeah,
tell everybody the name of this book.
So you want to be a worshiper, and the title was, you know, I think it was 2012. I'm saying 2012. It wasn't 2012.
You said 6 years ago.
It was longer than that. Now that I think about the timeline. So I define my life like pre-Katrina, post-Katrina, like most of us do now. So it had to be before that, because I'm thinking I was living in Baton Rouge after Katrina. And so this was probably 4 years even prior to that title was actually birthed in my spirit, like inside of me.
No, but where did it come from though? Were you just running into people who said that they want to be in the church or they want to be a minister? Because I mean, I would think that because I go to church, because I enjoy the sermon, because I enjoy the music, I am a worshiper. So, but if I see a title like this, it says, "So you want to be a worshiper," it makes me think there may be something a little bit more to it.
It's something a little bit more to it. So, so you want to be a worshiper. So whether I think I am, it forces me to take a closer look at my life.
Yes.
So not just what I do or what I do in the church or on Sundays or Fridays or Wednesdays or whatever, but how I live my life.
Okay.
So this title, "So you want to be a worshiper?" that's great.
Right.
That's a noble thing to want to be.
Yes.
If you fully understand what it is that you're saying that you are. So because I grab a mic on Sunday and I lead praise and worship service, that does not make me a worshiper. So
There might just be a person who's a really good performer. Is
it
that what
might
you're
just
telling
be
me?
a job.
That is sad, but it's so true.
It might just be a gig, as we've narrowed it to, and that's not a put down to anyone that sees it as that. But we're talking about worship, equating that to our life outside of what we're doing in the church on Sunday.
Well, I got a couple of people here.
Oh Lord.
No, nothing bad. Odile Thomas Woods said this is awesome and cannot wait to get my copy.
Yes, Odile, yes.
And Carsey Hall.
Yes.
Listening from Japan. Gail Fly.
Yeah, Carsey is a really good friend of mine. Served on the board of a nonprofit that I co-founded.
Awesome.
And then he relocated to Japan, so I'm glad he's listening and watching. Hey, Carsey.
Yes, and then Candace Robinson says powerful.
I love you, Candace.
See, you got your people.
I love y'all.
Come on now.
I love people. Period. I'm getting a T-shirt. I love people. Period.
All right, so we got 5 minutes before we go to break, so we can talk.
Okay,
so,
let's talk.
All right, so first of all, when did you realize that you were more than just a singer? You were a worshiper.
Yeah. So let's go back to Katrina, when all of us who were here, our lives were totally redefined by that moment.
Yeah.
And for me, it made me take a really, really deep look at where I thought I was in my level of faith and where I found I actually was. And so I think it was actually in that moment, in that plight, in that journey, that I started to take a deeper look inwardly at who am I? Like, you're this, praise and worship leader, like this person in church, like you sing, like you travel, but this devastating thing happens and your faith is shaken by it.
Yes.
And so it made me look not at anybody else. It made me look at me, at my life, and I started to, really redefine my faith, my words, like who I am, like my trust in God. Like we say we trust God, like that's easier to stand and proclaim.
It's easy to say we trust God, and then something like Katrina happens.
Until we have to. And what I found was my faith was, it was great, it was intact, but that shook me in a way that I had not anticipated that it would. And so it made me just really take a deeper look in me at just every area across the board. And I know we only have, like a few minutes before break, but it was my husband who was actually by my side that actually encouraged me to just, focus.
Yes.
Like, babe, you got to focus. Like, I was in the middle of a project and I didn't want to finish the project. Didn't want to go back in the studio. I just wanted to sit in what I was feeling in that moment. And he like, shake, like, what are you doing? Like, this is not who you are. So that whole process to redefine like worship, like faith, like looking at my life, not pointing a finger at anybody else, like looking at me and saying, well, you're supposed to be this worshiper. Like, worship is a powerful tool. Like, you've got to learn how to use it and not just say you're using it and saying you like be this worshiper. So I just started digging through the Bible, through scriptures and reading and studying and actually redefining worship to other than what we define it inside of the four walls of the church.
It's amazing that we're sitting here talking about Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
You know what today's date is?
Listen, and that wasn't even planned. It's just, it had no
August
consciousness
29th.
of that when I came into the room to even tie it to that. But that was indeed the time when all of this started to take, shape and form for this book.
I'm glad that you're talking about it. Because, I put it on my Facebook page today that August 29, 2005 changed New Orleans forever.
Yeah, I was pregnant.
The city is never going to be the same.
Never.
And none of us who are even affiliated, I wasn't even in New Orleans at the time, but I'm affiliated with New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I was never the same after that.
Right.
And you just said you were
I was
pregnant at that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Life-changing moment. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we're going to take this break because we got some comments I have to read to you.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a quick little break.
Okay.
And while we're gone,
Yeah.
I need your people. Okay. Gotta get back to the show.
This is live.
Yeah. See, they know I'm crazy. I do this every week. Every week, I'll be on a break or something, and then they'll catch me playing with my phone when they come back. But I mean,
it's all for the show.
Yeah, it's all for the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta make sure we're good.
It's all for the show.
So, we were just talking about your book, and we were talking about how the idea for the book came even prior to Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, right after that experience. Yeah.
So, who are you? And we talked a little bit about this, but I really want to delve more into this. Who are you actually talking to?
So again, I'm talking to people like myself. We think or we know or we say we are worshipers. I'm talking to those of us inside the church, inside of ministry, who function as worshipers, who define ourselves as worshipers, and then I'm redefining for those of us who have narrowed it to just that. I am giving hopefully a further picture of what it is outside of church. So, and saying that especially to us inside the church, that is not just what we do, is who we are all the time.
You know who I have a feeling that this book would help, is that there are people who are always like, pray for me, or they're like, can you sing this song? Because they don't feel like their prayers are going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so maybe reading this book, they may get encouragement that their prayers are going just as far as somebody else, just because they may not say all the fancy words that the deacon in church says.
I don't either. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that their prayers aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, I want us to stop all of that, right?
Right.
I want us to stop putting certain people by title and label on pedestals in church. Like we just had this really awesome, women's service. I'm over the women's ministry. My husband's a pastor, 4 years. So we're learning as we grow. But my message is clear to women. We love people, period.
Yes.
I don't care what the title is. I don't care what you have on. I'm a first lady and I wear jeans and t-shirts and jackets. And this is, we've got to stop labeling and, putting people in boxes and categories, and just do what God did and just love people, period.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just think, if Jesus was very choosy about who he spent his time with, he wouldn't have any disciples.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, many of the disciples were people that people just didn't like. The tax collector, the fishermen. Yeah. They were not the upper echelon.
Well, let's take it one step further. If Jesus were choosy in who he chose, would he choose us? Would he choose me?
Yeah.
Would he choose you? Let's make it a little bit more personal, right? And then maybe that will help us to stop judging and putting people on these, outskirts of, because we think we have it all together because we are in the church. That doesn't really mean a lot, right?
Well, let me read you these comments, girl.
Lord, let's read these comments, Rhonda.
Okay, so Rachel Molina says,
Rachel.
She says she's an amazing woman waiting for the book.
Awesome.
Sheila Vickers.
Cousin.
Okay.
Evangelist. Hello.
All right.
Hello, cousin, who just released a book in New York. Yes.
Yes. We get to have you on the show, Sheila. Come on now. Well, she says, incredible. I'm watching from New York and have pre-ordered the book. Worship is one of the most misunderstood topics amongst churchgoers.
That's a national evangelist. Yeah, that's my first cousin.
I think she's so right, though. I think everybody has their own personal definition of what worship should be.
Yes.
And then we start to judge people who don't fit our definition.
Our definition. When, in the book, the whole first chapter is like defining, or like, Cinder helped us, come up with, from a marketing perspective, redefine. Like, we've got to stop. I don't get to say what worship is for. Like, it is, the Bible gets to say. Like, it is obedience, right? Abraham, like, it hit me like a ton of bricks when I was working on the book. So Abraham, he said, I'm going to take Isaac. We're going to go up and worship. He told the servant, stay here. Me and the boy are going to go and worship. He was going to sacrifice his son, like he was going to kill his son. But he defined it as worship. Why? Because that's what God told him to do.
Yes.
We could write we could put a period right there for what worship is. Then it is our obedience to God, whatever that obedience is, whatever He's told us to do. That's our worship. Like, it's not the song, it's not the 15 minutes on Sunday. It's my obedience to God, whatever that is.
Wait a minute. But isn't it how long I sing the song? If I sing the song for about 20 minutes when the song is really only about 15?
No. What we've defined it is the slow song. It's the third slow song.
It's the slow song, and then how high I hit the note, right?
I'm just over it. I'm over it, and as a pastor's wife, I'm over it. I am over it. I mean, we define worship for forever, like totally opposite of what worship is. Yeah. So if the Bible, if when Abraham was going to literally sacrifice his son, like pull the knife, and God said, "No, stop. There's your sacrifice. Like, I got it. You're gonna obey me." He said, "We're going to worship." That's what he called that moment. And he was not singing a song.
Yes.
He was not trying to pick the third right slow song after the two fast ones. That has nothing to do with what worship is.
I actually was blessed to be able to spend a year in Egypt.
Wow.
And while we were in Egypt, we went to, we got to travel a little bit.
Okay.
And we got to go to Israel.
Okay.
And we got to go to the Holy Land. And and we had this Catholic pastor. He was our chaplain.
Sure.
I was in the military.
Sure,
he was a chaplain,
yeah.
but he happened to be Catholic. I used to love the way he preached, though.
Yeah.
And he talked about how prophet, I believe it was the prophet Elijah. He was the one who took on Jezebel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Jezebel was ready to kill him. Mm-hmm. And then he went and told God, he ran up the mountain. He said, "I'm the only one left." And God said, "Oh, so you're the only one left? You forgot about all
those other ones that haven't, right, that are still walking in obedience or worship. Yeah.
And
you're not the only one.
We do that.
We think we're the only ones. Yeah, and we carry ourselves as if we're the only ones. And why? Why do we think that? Why do we feel that way?
Because we're so busy. Sometimes we're just so busy judging.
So
we
busy
have our
being busy.
definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think that what we're doing is right. And I think what it winds up doing is because somebody else whose walk is not the same as ours, it doesn't mean that their walk is bad. But it may not be the same as ours.
It's just different.
But now because that person is starting to doubt their walk because they're not like we think they should be, they start to kind of shrink back a little bit.
Absolutely.
And so now they're discouraged. And they think, okay, well, I'm not right. I'm never going to get this right.
Right, and we do that looking at the lives of the next person, not looking at a reflection of what God said about anything. We judge ourselves by the next person.
Yes.
Why are you my measuring stick for what I should or should not be doing, right? But we do that every day.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to finish. Let's see what we got. Deborah Rose, she's an author who was on last week.
Okay.
Beautiful woman. She says you're awesome.
Thank you, Miss Deborah.
Priscilla Jackson.
Hi, Priscilla.
Congratulations,
Aw.
Lady Gail.
Aw.
Cam Porter.
That's my sister.
Oh.
My wonderful sister.
Watching from Las Vegas,
Yes.
and she's so proud of you.
I love her. Yes, thank you, Camille.
And Carsey just heard what we were talking about with the
Did he
with the
chime in?
prophets.
Did he chime in?
God said, "I have preserved 7,000 who have not bowed to Baal." Come on now.
Come on, Carsey. Come on, preach from Japan, Carsey.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times we do think we're the only ones.
I know. And I mean, I guess sometimes we can feel isolated in what we're going through, but I mean, I think it's just like a trick of the enemy to try to make you think like you're the only one, right?
Yes.
But we have brothers and sisters who we can, lean to, and I mean, those of us who really just want to be a strength to one another and let you know, like, I got you, right?
Yes.
Like you don't have to try to figure this out all by yourself. And I think though sometimes we feel that we have to do that or pretend because life and circumstance has taught us that we can't talk to people about what we're really going through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now this book is not out yet. For those of you who are scouring the internet, looking for this book.
Yeah, a couple
it's
weeks.
not out yet.
Yeah. shortly. So we'll do an online release in about 2 weeks. So
Okay.
Amazon and Cinder will be working with us on all the promo and marketing.
Where
It'll
can
be all
people find
over.
it?
It'll be on so Amazon and then on my website on
Okay.
gailfly.com. Gailfly, FLY, just like it sounds.
Okay, so
.com.
just like we were talking to Jay Asmara
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
if they buy the book
Yep.
from your website, will they be able to get a signed
Absolutely. If you get it from my website, yes. From Amazon, no. But from
Right.
my website, absolutely.
copy? Okay, so
Yes.
you hear that? GailFly.com.
Yes.
Pre-order your book.
Yes.
She will sign the book and she
Yes.
will send it out to you as soon as it's available.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
We need to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
All right, Clarissa's laughing at us. I don't know why she's laughing at us.
Because we're having a good time, and thank her for her patience and helping me answer all my questions about how this whole process worked. Like she was great.
Clarissa's a good
She was great.
person.
She was
I
great.
love her to death. All right, so I think that we are actually at the end of the show.
It went by so fast.
How did it go by so
It felt
fast?
so natural. It was fun though. It was fun, and thank you for making it fun.
Oh, you know what? This is what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I always say, because I'm an author myself. I mean, I guess 6 books if you include the dissertation now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I've contributed to about 11, 12 anthologies.
Okay.
But I haven't written, since I was working on my dissertation for
Yes.
so long.
Okay.
I have not written
Got it.
my own book because I'm a fiction writer.
Got it.
And so I said, you know what? Since I haven't been writing, I want to support other authors.
That's
because I knew
awesome.
what it was like when I was a new author trying to go do a book signing and only 2 people showed up in the bookstore.
Y'all come when we do the signings.
Thank you. Go and support this lady. Do you have book signings?
We're definitely going to have Cinder's definitely lining those up now. Like, as we
Awesome.
speak, like she's great. She's got a
Yes.
whole calendar together.
Oh,
for me.
Cinder's the woman now.
Yeah. She set this up. Thank you, Cinder. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Cinder. Yeah, we actually have some things coming up. And where we're going to be working together.
Okay.
And I'm going to be contacting you as well
Oh, I'd love
because
that.
I have some events myself that I'm working on that I would love to have you be a part of.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you so much.
we will be in touch.
Okay.
Rachel Molina. God bless you, Gail Fly. God has amazing things for you.
Oh, thank you, Rachel.
And Clarissa says she loves you too.
That's sweet. That's really sweet.
Yes.
I appreciate all the comments. All of them I do.
Well, unfortunately, this
Yeah.
is the end of the show. Just so you know, we have a lot of great things. You just heard me tell Gail that we have a lot of great things coming up. So I'm just going to give you a few little hints. In November, we are bringing back Cheating in the Next Room. Oh, wait. In October, I just got note today. There were only 3 tables left for the National Black Book Festival in Houston. So if you have not signed up for the National Black Book Festival, you have just a little bit of time left. There are only 3 tables left. So go ahead and sign up for this festival. It's a great festival. Gwen Richardson, the founder of the festival, was actually on the show a few weeks ago. And I will be going down there October 25th through the 27th, and I'll be doing some live interviews out there.
Awesome.
Talking with some of the authors. So don't forget about the Black Book Festival. In November, Cheating in the Next Room is coming back. If you were a part of the experience back in February when we did the Black History Month New Orleans Literary Weekend, then you remember Cheating in the Next Room. Well, it's coming back and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. We have a new Christopher, Mr. Chris. Oh, goodness. I don't remember how to say your last name, but Chris, we're looking for you, okay? We're looking forward to working with you, and you're doing some great things, and I'm so excited to work with you. And Ted November, who is going to be our new director for the play,
Okay.
looking forward to working with him. He's already been doing some great things.
Awesome.
So that's in November. In December, we are having a chef battle. New Orleans chef Wendell Randall, Chef Dell, will be taking on Chef Rome, who is a celebrity chef in Carolina. So it's going to be New Orleans against Carolina. And we're going to be doing this the day before the Carolina game.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be in December. And in February, the Black History Month New Orleans Literary Weekend will be coming back, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. So stay tuned to the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page for more information on all of those events. So that is all that we have tonight.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate being here.
And thank you for coming out. I'm really glad that we had a chance to
Yeah,
talk.
me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
if you ever want to come back on the show, all you have to do is say the word.
The word.
All right, now you know what? You know you're a singer, so you might as well go ahead and just sing us out. Give
Sing
us a
us
piece.
out? Like
just
how
give
many
us a
seconds
piece.
we got?
Yeah.
Like sing us out?
About 20 seconds.
About 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. To God be the glory.
Yes.
To God be the glory. To God and God alone be the glory for the things that He has done. He has done. God bless
Woo.
you.
You should see all these hearts flying on here.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you. To God be the glory. Amen.
Thank you so
Amen.
much. To God be the
Thank
glory.
you.
And thank you. You guys
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful evening. We'll be back next week with another guest. You're going to be excited about this guest. It's going to be another celebrity. So you stay
Nice.
right here
Nice.
and be back next week so you can see who it is. All right, y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.